Two things, Jordan Williams voted permanent team captain. Also, presumably on Friday, will tie the all-time record at Georgia Tech for career starts. He'll be making his 52nd career start here at Georgia Tech. So we'll open it up to questions for Jordan. So, Rob?
I asked Weston this question, favorite game and favorite drive as an offensive lineman?
Favorite game this year, like ever? Ugh. That NC State last week gotta be top 3. That's top 3. I don't know. There's been some crazy moments. I might gotta come back to that one. I gotta think.
All right. We'll come back to that at the end. Go ahead, Chad.
I asked Jamal Thursday night, just about your team in general, all the injuries you guys have had, the tough schedule we've had, to be able to be at 7 wins, be in a bowl game again. What's it say maybe about this clubhouse and the way you guys have come together to have this sort of season?
That goes back to like a couple of our 4 pillars just in the building. That's really a lot of just toughness and discipline, and knowing that if you banged up and everything, stay in the tub, stay in the training room, making sure your body always right so you can go out and execute when your name called or you need it.
Alex?
I'm sure growing up in Gainesville, there's a lot of Georgia fans around there. Just talk about this week.
Tell me about it.
Probably too many, I guess. But I guess talk about this week and this rivalry and kind of what it means to y'all. And, being a Georgia kid, growing up around it, just what does this rivalry mean to you, and what would it mean to get a win over Georgia?
It'll mean a lot. It'll mean a lot because, I grew up in Georgia. I grew up around all the fans and everything. But I was never like a fan or anything. I followed the wave of just being here and just being a Georgia fan, because I always tell people I came from like a family of engineers. So when I was growing up, my dad was always watching Georgia Tech basketball and football. So when I'm just chilling with him, it would just be on. So I would just always watch it. So when I'll be playing like NCAA back in the day and everything, I'm immediately like making a running back, sending them to Georgia Tech. But yeah, it'll mean a lot. It'll mean a lot to everybody. It'll mean a lot to our fans. But most importantly, it'll mean a lot to, the players around this building, the ones who've been here for a while, the ones who just got here. Because, we building something special at Georgia Tech. So just going out there playing for each other, making sure everybody know that we got each other back going into this game. And, really just do it for the man next to you.
Coach Key has made it clear his thoughts on Georgia. This is something the rivalry is instilled in you when you get here as a player. But from personal experience, when was that moment for you that rivalry hit a little bit different, that you really felt it?
Probably the first time I heard somebody bark. I was like, I don't know, cause I'm from Georgia, so you always gonna hear it. But like I said, always growing up and liking Georgia Tech and everything, whenever you just hear that, it's always like a ugh, or something like that.
Patrick?
Jordan, back to the Gainesville question. Isn't there a street up there named after Billy Lothridge? Do you know that name?
I'll start a petition to get it changed. I don't know.
I was going to ask you about your transition here and the time you've been here and seen all this growth inside the program, and now to where you are today and taking on Georgia this Friday. How rewarding has that been for you to be part of that and be a pillar of that?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing, especially when you know this is a place you've always wanted to be. You never wanted to be anywhere else, and just being able to be a part of everything that's happened here and being a part of all the changes. I'm glad to know that like the work that I put in and some of the guys that been here for a while is definitely heading in the right direction. The program's going the right way and everything. So going into this game, that's really all we're doing, just building upon the foundation we already laying, and just keeping the mentality of playing for each other, playing for the man next to you.
Chad?
What have been your impressions of Aaron Philo the past couple weeks?
Yeah, he been like that. He been like that, and he's always been calm and composed and everything. So, the first time I was seeing him practice and everything, I was like, yeah, he young, but he good. And then when I heard that he was breaking Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence records in high school, I was like, that explains it. We got a good one.
Alex?
He's talking about on the field this Friday. He's talking about what have you seen from Georgia's defensive front? Obviously, got a lot of talent up there. What is it going to take for the offensive line to have success against their defensive front this Friday?
Playing as one, staying disciplined, knowing your assignment, knowing what you need to do whenever their defense makes that sudden change, that sudden move with the defensive front and everything. Just knowing where you need to go, being on the same page. Yeah, it'll be a loud environment, the game we playing in, so making sure we're communicating. Communication is probably the biggest key.
Anything else for Jordan? Rob?
With that communication and making, Weston making the calls on the line, is it any more difficult in a hostile environment, a loud environment like that?
Is it more difficult?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more difficult for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like that just goes back to discipline and the communication. And like for instance, this will happen sometimes. If you playing in a loud environment, the defensive line moves or change, walks backwards up. That if you can't hear what Weston's saying, that goes back to you having to know what you got to do. Because as long as everybody's on the same page, everything will work out. So if you don't hear the call Weston makes, as long as you know your assignment on the play, no matter what the defense does, it'll still work out.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you, Jordan. Congrats, Jordan.
Thank you.
Congrats, buddy. Good congratulations.